ABC6 weather with meteorologist Tyler Hughes. Brought to you by the Preserve Sporting Club and Resort.
Well, good morning. Hit that snooze button one more time. Grab that extra cup of coffee this morning, because if you're like me, you were woken up by the sound of thunder and seeing some lightning while you were asleep last night. The lightning flashes literally came through my windows. You could see them and you could hear the thunder quite well as this line of storms moved through overnight with lots of lightning embedded in them. We actually had reports of 2 separate structure fires in Rhode Island that were caused by the lightning. We'll have more details on that later on, but there was quite a bit of rainfall associated with these too. Less through Rhode Island, although we did pick up over 1.5 inches of rainfall at TF Green. The heaviest of the rainfall was centered over Bristol and Plymouth counties in Massachusetts, where we picked up over 1.5 inches of rainfall in Taunton. But I want to emphasize, a lot of these rainfall totals were very localized depending on where those thunderstorms set up. And a prime example of this is New Bedford. Look at this, less than 3/4 inch of rainfall. This is from the airport site in New Bedford. But we also have a network of storm spotters associated with the National Weather Service. And a storm spotter at a different location in New Bedford picked up over 1 inch of rainfall. So it just goes to show that these thunderstorms were very localized and the amounts of rain varied greatly depending on where you were. Glendale and Barrington in Rhode Island picked up over 1 inch of rainfall. Acushnet over 1 inch as well, and Canton and Pembroke in Massachusetts, just outside of our viewing area, picked up over 1.5 inches of rainfall with those storms. This unsettled weather is all thanks to this front we've got hanging out, and it really won't budge here for the next day or two, and that means we have more unsettled conditions on the way, although it will be cooler today. Check this out, a high of 83 today in Providence, in the upper 70s for most of us, and even as you head farther north toward the city of Boston, in the lower 70s through the day today. So it will be very comfortable, still muggy though, so you still may feel a bit of that air you can wear when you step outside. I think temperatures will be in the middle to upper 70s along our beaches, with an isolated shower or storm later on today. Next high tide coming up just a little over an hour and a half from now, 7:28 a.m., and low tide at 12:45 this afternoon. So let's step through here on Futurecast, because it's not a washout of a day at all. In fact, I think it'll be a mostly dry day for much of us. You see, by 1 p.m., we're looking mostly dry and highs in the mid-80s, feeling just a bit warmer than that, right, with the humidity in play. Then 5, 6 o'clock, that's when we get the chance for a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Nothing severe, but enough to maybe be a nuisance, especially if you're headed home for the morning commute. It's overnight tonight when the real rain moves in. You see 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning as we head into the morning commute tomorrow that we could see some heavier rainfall, so that's something to watch out for. Like I said, keep in mind, it's cooler outside in terms of the air temperature, but it's still very muggy and it will feel humid for the rest of the week. Here's that 7-day forecast, and the good news in the 7-day, dry as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Cara?
That is good news, Tyler. Thank you for